Digital fingerprints. Digital fingerprinting is the process where a remote site or service gathers little bits of information about a user's machine and puts those pieces together to form a unique picture or fingerprint of the user's device. In this lecture, we will be talking about what is digital fingerprints all about, what is digital fingerprint technology, what is fingerprint recognition, what is fingerprint, why fingerprint is only the necessary requirement in biometric analysis, techniques of fingerprint matching, methods of fingerprint matching, the types of fingerprint matching. Then we'll be talking about the methods and the methods of digital fingerprint and its merits and demerits. So let's continue. Digital fingerprint. So before starting with digital fingerprint, we should all know about what is fingerprint. So if you have fingers, you should definitely have fingerprints. Fingerprint is what that makes you unique. That's why all these smart criminals on TV wear gloves. Not even identical twins have the same prints. Fingerprints are formed and controlled by genetics. The main pattern, the general shape that your print makes is a product of your genes. There are three basic classes of fingerprints. These are whorls, mostly looks like swirls or circles. Secondly is loops, which is the lines which starts and ends in the same side of the finger. And the third is arches. Arches which is starts and ends on the opposite sides of the fingers. So what is basically digital fingerprint? Biometric, a human generation signal or attribute for authenticating a person's identity. Fingerprints are most useful biometric feature in our body. Due to durability, stability and uniqueness, fingerprints are considered the best password. Digital fingerprint technologies is used to protect large documents, the contents of which do not change or change a little. The technique used to detect digital fingerprints can automatically identify phrases from sample documents containing confidential information that appears in analyzed text. Then what is digital fingerprint technology? Digital fingerprinting technology enables the content owner to exercise control on their copyrighted content by effectively identifying, tracking, monitoring and monetizing it across distribution channels by converting their content into a compact digital asset or impression by a known fingerprint algorithm. In a fingerprinting algorithm, a large data item maps to a much shorter bit string, that is fingerprint of the file, which uniquely identifies the original data for all practical purposes. Digital fingerprints have contents, characteristics and enough details to identify a content variant upon comparison. In this image, the fingerprint impression is being digitally decoded. Then what is fingerprint recognition? Fingerprint recognition refers to the automated method of identifying or confirming the identity of an individual based on the comparison of two fingerprints. Fingerprint recognition is one of the most well-known biometrics, and it is by far the most used biometric solution for authentication on computerized systems. The reasons for fingerprint recognition being so popular are the ease of acquisition, established use and acceptance when compared to other biometrics, and the fact that there are numerous 10 sources of these biometric on each individual. Then what is fingerprint? As I earlier said, what is fingerprint? A fingerprint is an impression left by the friction ridges of a human finger. The recovery of partial fingerprints from a crime scene is an important method of forensic science. Moisture and grease on a finger result in fingerprints on surfaces such as glass or metal. Fingerprint records normally contain impressions from the pad on the last joint of fingers and thumbs, though fingerprint cards also typically record portions of lower joint areas of the fingers. Then why is fingerprint is used? Because it is most reliable identification technique. It is acceptable in court of law, and fingerprint is an individual characteristic. It remains unchanged during an individual's lifetime. The techniques used for fingerprint matching. The techniques used for fingerprint matching are correlation based matching and minutiae based matching. Under minutiae based matching, minutiae capture much of individual information. Minutiae based representations are storage efficient, robust to fingerprint degradation. What are the methods of fingerprint matching? The methods of fingerprint matching are image acquisition, image enhancement, binarization method, segmentation method, minutiae extraction method. Under minutiae extraction method, thinning process, minutiae marking process and minutiae matching process is there, and lastly post processing. In this image, while giving the input, fingerprint segmentation process is the first process, then orientation field estimation, then fingerprint enhancement process, then fingerprint classification, then onwards fingerprint rich thinning process, then features, example minutiae extraction is the next process, and then there is matching process, then we find out matching result, then fingerprint features template. Under image acquisition, automated fingerprint verification system use live scan digital image of fingerprints acquired from fingerprint sensor. Technologies used to capture image of the fingerprint are optical, capacitance, ultrasonic and thermal. Under image enhancement process, minutiae extraction depends on quality of images due to skin condition, sensor, noise, incorrect finger pressure and inherent low quality fingers. Enhancement improves the clarity of ridge and valley structures in the fingerprint images. Then histogram equalization method is used for image enhancement. Under binarization method, a fingerprint image binarization transforms an 8-bit gray image to a 1-bit binarized image where 0 value holds for ridges and 1 value for furrows. An adaptive binarization method is achieved to binarize the fingerprint image. Under segmentation method, in fingerprint image there are foreground regions and the background regions. The foreground regions show the ridges and valleys while the background regions are to be left out. Segmentation separates the foreground regions from the background image for reliable extraction of minutiae using morphological method. In this image, input fingerprint image is provided and then segmented image is there on the right side. Under minutiae extraction process, thinning process is there and then minutiae marking is there. In thinning process, it is an operation that is used to remove selected foreground pixel from binary images, reduce width of the ridges to 1 pixel, filling holes, removing small breaks, etc. Then in minutiae marking, a simple image scan allows the pixel corresponding to minutiae to be detected. In minutiae marking, the concepts of crossing number is mainly used. Those with one ridge pixel neighbor as ridge ending. Under minutiae matching are performed for verification. Basically, minutiae matching are a process which completed under minutiae matching process, minutiae matching are performed for verification. Basically, minutiae matching are a process which completed in 2 steps. First is find total minutiae points and the second is find location of minutiae points. Like over here, ridge island has been marked, then ridge ending, third is ridge dot, and the fourth one is ridge enclosure, lastly ridge bifurcation. So basically, what are the merits of digital fingerprinting? The merits of digital fingerprinting is like physical attribution are much tougher to be faked than ID cards. Fingerprints can't be guessed like passwords. Fingerprints can't be misplaced like a card. Fingerprints can't be forgotten unlike passwords. Sudden enhancement in the current security level and there is less security concerns leads to increased productivity. Then what are the demerits of digital fingerprint? High efficiency needed as the field of application are related to the security. It can be deceived by a picture or a mold of finger using gelatin. Fingerprint is stolen and can be great threat to security and intellectual property. Requires large database of fingerprints and some of the employees may find it uncomfortable to have their fingerprints stored with the employer. So with this we have studied what is digital fingerprints, the methods used for fingerprint matching, then we studied what is fingerprint all about, then fingerprint recognition, and we also studied about digital fingerprint technology. Thank you very much.